in the depths of the N109 Zone, where shadows reign and morality blurs, one figure stands tall: Sylus. But could his story be a modern echo of an ancient myth? I'm Princess Farron, and if you want to uncover the mystery behind the tamer, overlord, and enigmatic man that is Sylus, join me as we journey through the deep space tunnel. So, first of all, who is Sylus? The fourth love interest in Love and Deepspace, Sylus made his debut with a striking teaser trailer that felt immediately different from those of the other three men. From the first blaring alarm to the swirl of red and black mist, everything about the trailer screamed danger, mystery, and power. The soundtrack? Gritty, tense, seductive. The visuals? A high contrast dance of black and red, evoking fire, blood, smoke, and something unspoken beneath the surface. This isn't just aesthetic, it's tied directly to his evil. Energy manipulation, often visualized as smoky red-black tendrils of mist. The vibe is intense. It even gives off a Star Wars Sith energy with its oppressive mood and red letter warnings announcing his escape from the exile starship Tartarus and the code HDS. And just when such a chaotic and sterile world is painted, a tiny flower appears. Sylus notices it. He walks past without stepping on it. In the harsh wasteland of the N109 Zone, where even nature has surrendered, that single choice hints at something deeply human within him. A man capable of great destruction and subtle acts of care. This motif repeats through his myths and memories, often tied to flowers, despite living in places where nothing grows. Let's talk about Tartarus, because that's more than just the name of a spaceship turned time-space prison. In Greek mythology, Tartarus is both a primordial god and a place. It's deeper than Hades, darker than night, and reserved for the most terrible of souls. According to Hesiod, Tartarus emerged directly from chaos, alongside Gaia, Earth, Eros, desire, and Erebus, darkness. It was a force of its own, but long before the Olympian gods even existed. As a place, Tartarus was a cosmic pit, a prison for the Titans, a punishment zone for the wicked, and a symbol of the universe's darkest corner. Plato described it as where unjust souls suffered eternal torment. And that makes it the perfect metaphor for Sylus, a man forged in exile, pain, secrecy, and resilience. In Love and Deepspace, Sylus's codename in Catch-22 event was exactly that, Tartarus. And that's not a coincidence. He's not just a rebel, he's not just the leader of Anakinus. He's the modern ruler of a digital underworld, a shadowy realm of weapon caches, secret bunkers, and forbidden knowledge. He moves through the N109 Zone like a man who owns it, because in many ways, he does. The shady Dimitri, whom we got to know in Death and Rebirth, may demand payment to cross the river, but even he answers to the man in the deepest shadows. Tartarus and Hades are often confused, but they're not the same. Hades is the realm of the dead and also the god who rules it, known as Pluto to the Romans, the Lord of Riches. That name refers to buried treasures, but also hidden truth. And Sylus is no stranger to secrets. In the recent Death and Rebirth update, we learn that he's known the MC since the very beginning. Since before she was human, when she was a cosmic force in the universe. He's not just a protector, he's a keeper of memory, of history, maybe even of death itself. That brings us to a common comparison, and I'd like to know your opinion on it. Is Sylus the Hades to the MC's Persephone? Well, as far as I'm concerned, not quite. In the Beyond Cloudfall myth, the MC isn't just a visitor to the underworld. She is a condemned soul herself. Accused of sorcery, imprisoned by the Ivory City rulers, and thrown into the abyss. It's Persephone in reverse. This time, the flower-picking girl was the one cast out, not stolen. And what did she find at the bottom of that abyss? A chained dragon, a sword buried in his chest, a deal waiting to be made. Sylus wasn't just a dark ruler, he was the last of his kind, the final dragon, sealed 1,600 years ago, seen as the harbinger for doomsday itself. When the MC pulls the sword from his chest, it's not just an act of release, it's an act of choice. The forbidden bond that follows merges their souls, a smoky red and black mist entangled with her golden thread of light. This echoes Persephone's pomegranate, but twisted. The MC is no victim of circumstance. She's tempted to devour Sylus. She's urged to kill him. But instead, she asks for his love. If fate wants me to kill the Fiend, she says, then I'll save him instead. They offer each other half their souls. Their lives and death become linked. In myth, that's not Persephone. That's deeper. That's Eros and Psyche. That's chaos splitting itself into two forces destined to reunite. It's like the birth of everything, of the universe. So, what does this mean for Sylus' connection to Tartarus as chaos, not just as punishment, but as origin? In the next part of this video, we'll go deeper into the Beyond Cloudfall myth, the role of incarnation in the idea that Tartarus isn't just a prison, it's a beginning, just like what happens to Sylus. In ancient mythology, when souls reached the gates of the underworld, they faced judgment. The virtuous were sent to the Elysian fields, a paradise of peace. Wicked, straight to Tartarus. And those who received no burial wander the earth as lost spirits denied passage across the river Styx by Charon, the ferryman, unless they carried a noble, a coin for the crossing. Sound familiar, anyone? In Love and Deepspace, we see echoes of this mythology. The N109 Zone isn't just a lawless region. It's a modern underworld with its own hierarchy, gatekeepers, and rites of passage. Dimitri, the one who tried to kill MC when she was a child and called himself the ferryman, demands payment and exerts control over who enters and leaves. But ultimately, he operates under Sylus' shadow. This is Sylus' realm. To even reach him, you must face his inner circle. Luke, Kieran, and Mephisto, three enigmatic figures guarding the gates like a modern-day Cerberus. You don't get to meet the Lord of the Underworld unless you pass the trials first, even if sometimes we are talking about shenanigans. Remember the fake gun the twins gave MC? And then there's our favorite and very vocal crow, Mephisto, with a name that carries weight. It alludes to Mephistopheles, the cunning demon from the Faust legend. Not a brute force, but a tempter, a being who deals in secrets, bargains, and souls. In this world, Mephisto isn't just a gatekeeper, he's the one who tests your resolve, reminds you that knowledge has a price, and that not every guide wants to save you, unless you have been approved beforehand by the boss man. Despite its associations with eternal punishment, Tartarus isn't always final. In some myths, the Titans were eventually released from Tartarus, whether through divine will or the passage of time. That idea of enduring unimaginable suffering and yet being reborn or redeemed is critical to Sylus's character arc. Both he and the MC have endured death, loss, and separation through countless lifetimes. Yet, they persist. They return. They remember. Well, he does at least. And the MC is beginning to recall thanks to his help. Sylus especially carries an immense burden of knowledge and pain, but also of hope. That's what makes Tartarus so important. We often say Tartarus is a prison, but in Beyond Cloudfall, it becomes a crucible for transformation. Sylus is reborn from a dragon to a man and then something in between. His horns and tail and wings manifest when he least expects it, and he tries to remove them, not because they're monstrous, but because they're unknown and he doesn't fit in. Like the underworld itself, he becomes a hybrid, both divine and mortal, both judged and condemned. And the MC? She doesn't escape unscarred. Sylus bites her, a permanent brand, making her as his equal and opposite, the one destined to kill him. Her soul changes, her power grows, and when she sings a requiem for the dead, he asks her to sing it again. Because even in death, something wants to be remembered, a bond. In Beyond Cloudfall myth, timelines break. Choices loop. Sylus and the MC find each other across eras, reborn, reshaped, always returning. Not out of coincidence, out of being in resonance. They are bound like stars in binary orbit, drawn to each other across lifetimes. Her desire feeds his power. His sacrifice shapes her purpose. Their story is a myth within a myth, a cosmic duet played again and again with new instruments, new tragedies, and the same aching melody. They are trying to win, to challenge fate, a fate he has seen from the depths of the universe to the pits of the underworld. But let's go back, way back to the beginning of everything. In early Greek cosmology, the universe was born from chaos, the primordial void. Out of chaos came Gaia, Earth, Eros, desire, Erebos, darkness, and Tartarus, the abyss. The ancient Greeks imagined the universe as an egg, the Earth in the middle, the sky above, and Tartarus forming the bottom dark dome. This image, the universe as a layered, enclosed system, feels deeply familiar if you've played through the Death and Rebirth update of Love and Deepspace. In that storyline, we saw the MC trapped in a cocoon-like collision chamber, suspended in space like an embryonic being. And who stood there watching and waiting? Sylus. Because Sylus doesn't just walk the underworld, he remembers its beginning. He speaks as though he was there when Origo, the universe's energy source, first materialized. He recognizes the MC not just as a woman, but as a cosmic force. They have existed together before as fighters, reborn, reincarnated, forgotten, and found again. Just like Tartarus emerged from chaos, Sylus emerges from the unknown with forbidden knowledge and an ancient patience. He doesn't panic. He plans. He waits. Like a god who has already seen the end and knows where to plant the seed of something new, so his flower can bloom in fertile soil and grow like she was supposed to from the beginning. He's a seed, his flower. In Greek myth, chaos bursts the cosmos, but in Beyond Cloudfall, chaos bursts a dragon. And that dragon, as we've said before, is the last of his kind, sealed in the abyss where only desire and ruin remain. But through love, through pain, through the act of soul sharing and betrayal, Sylus becomes more than the last dragon. He becomes the echo of the void and the hope of rebirth. Even when he dies, misunderstood, hunted, and stabbed once again, his soul refuses to fade, because the MC curses it to remain forever. She claims it, she anchors him. You will not vanish, only I can give you death. That's no longer a love story, that's cosmology. That's fate turned inside out. And here is the final piece. In the Catch-22 event, Sylus's codename was literally Tartarus. He is Tartarus. He is the abyss. He is the prison and the key to escape. In this modern myth, Sylus becomes more than a man. He is a lord of shadows, a ruler of the technological underworld, a being forged in exile and rebellion. He controls the movements between worlds, between the living and the dead, the light and the dark, humans and monsters, the surface and the void, between Elysium and Tartarus. So when he steps past the flower in the wasteland, he isn't ignoring it, he's protecting it. Because Sylus, like Tartarus, understands what can bloom even in the darkest depths of the cosmos, because he has seen it with his own very red eyes. To be more precise, Sylus is not just Tartarus as a place, he is Tartarus as a mighty being. A dragon once sealed in the abyss, a ruler of vast desire and memory, a soul cursed to never fade, a being who hoards treasures, not for wealth, but for the meaning they once held, and in the center of that hoard is always her, the MC. Together, they defy fate, they devour each other, yet save each other. They die, yet remain. They hurt, yet never break their promise, not even when doomsday comes in the Beyond Cloudfall myth. He isn't just a modern Hades. He's the abyss, the sword, the dragon, the myth reborn. So, what do you think? Is Sylus a modern-day Hades? Or is he something older, deeper, something born of chaos itself? A Tartarus? Like DMC? Let me know your theories in the comments, and if you want to deep dive into the rest of the Love and Deepspace love interests and their possible mythological counterparts, hit that subscribe button and stay tuned, because next time we'll be heading even further down the deep space tunnel. This is Princess Farron signing out. Take care and be gaming. Bye bye.